almost no matter what happens in this bronze medal match.
It's good to see. It's not the Netherlands is not a team you automatically assume is going to be right at the top of the tournament at the end. But they've been performing well all day.
Gentle probing and testing at the start of this first leg.
Yeah, not uncommon in EPEE, not uncommon especially in team fencing. You know, teams can be quite cagey about coughing up even a single hit right at the start. So I think there's a good chance we're going to get a P yellow any second in 10 seconds. There it is there.
So, erste Minute schon kein Treffer, heißt, der Hauptmann verteilt jetzt an beide Fechter eine gelbe Karte. Und zwar wegen Passivität.
The referee realising that he'd failed to pack his P cards, to go and retrieve a set to issue a PL to both fencers.
Now obviously if a yellow card's nothing to worry about, but a red card applies a point to each team and ratchets up the score a little bit. If we get the dreaded P black, then it's all over and the team with the highest score will win, or it's the team with the highest world ranking, which would be Switzerland in this case.
Yeah, if the scores are level, yeah.
If the scores are level, sorry, yes.
But it's pretty rare it gets that far, but it can change something the dynamic of the fight certainly once the P red appears.
Yeah. You're seeing it already that both fencers have picked the tempo up a little bit and I started to push a bit harder, but I suspect we were about to get the P red. 5 seconds left.
Yeah, with a few seconds to spare, get our first hits of the match.
We've seen a couple, well, more than two probably, where it's literally been on the cusp of the next P card and they've scored.
Yeah, I mean at least 2 or 3 times with 2 or 3 seconds left.
Yeah.
Usually when there's already been a P yellow, and to avoid the dreaded P red changing the dynamic of the match.
Yeah, there we go. Vinny's obviously just spotting that Van Nuenen was lifting his hand and giving him the space to continue to do his short attack on the nail.
Okay, a fairly cagey first leg, get a first P card out of the way early, and Switzerland emerge with a one-hit lead at the end of it.
Leuchtet rot, hat links einen Punkt. Leuchtet grün, rechts. Jetzt Preisfrage, was wenn beide leuchten? Richtig, zählen beide Treffer. Was zählt, was kann getroffen werden? Der ganze Körper. Heißt Fußspitze bis Maske. So aus Fairnessgründen, Ritterlichkeit, allem drum und dran, wird nie ein Fechter darauf aus sein, die gegnerische Maske zu treffen. Das kann passieren,
Clement,
Kampf, aber dass das
for Switzerland, and
das wird wohl
Tristan TULEN for the Netherlands. Tristan TULEN, a particularly fine run of form in the individual events, bronze yesterday, and winner of the World Cup in Doha a couple of weeks ago. See them climb up the world rankings, and leading his teammates.
Yeah, that's true, and you know, it'll be interesting to see what tactics Tristan takes in this particular leg.
Yeah, because we haven't really managed to cover any of the Netherlands matches so far today. So it'll be interesting to see how they put their team together.
Yes, yes.
In some ways, it might be the obvious thing to expect Tristan TULEN to be leading the way and scoring a whole load of hits, but his style usually is predominantly defensive. I mean, he's got some decent attacking options as well.
Yeah, he likes to essentially suck his opponent down towards his end of the piece and then launch the counter attack on when he's ready. But we have seen him do really nice direct attacks into his opponent. But I wouldn't describe it as being his A game.
Yeah, I would say his preference is more defensive.
Yes. And you can kind of see it here as well. He's not attempting to provoke or put his opponent in a position where he can dominate. He's more likely to draw his opponent forward and then suck up that pressure and work off it.
He's the one applying the pressure.
Oh yes.
Fight's happening at the Swiss end of the piece.
There we go, very nice.
Yeah, very sharp acceleration and step lunge. And
as I was saying, we do know we know he can do it. It's not his preference all the time. Right off the commentator's curse there, but. Strong defence from him there, though. Come on, maybe just over-egging his step a touch there.
On guard. 3, out.
Yeah, another very fine attack from TULEN.
Maybe he's making a decision for this particular leg that he needs to establish a good strong lead. Certainly seems to be what he's aiming for. Just remind you that the target is 10. He could take this to 10 and have a serious lead against Switzerland for the next gift his colleague.
Yeah, I mean he's getting through the hits at a decent pace, but yeah, that's probably asking a bit much. But he's certainly given the Netherlands control of the match with a 3-hit lead, having come on with a 1-hit deficit. So he is kind of providing that star role in the team of picking up a load of hits and putting your teammates in a more comfortable position to be able to defend the lead.
Slightly sort of stuttering attack there. Just catching Colin's blade as it comes out and holding it long enough that he was absolutely certain he could finish. Yeah, look at that kind of the body movement as he swings the blade out of alignment. Just trying to sort of entice his opponent into.
Angabe. 3, 1.
It's much better timing from the Swiss fencer. Just spotting Tulen prepping without any cover, and then launching his counter-attack into that.
Hauptkampfrichter muss nach hinten zu einer zweiten Kampfrichterin, die am Video sitzt. Die beiden gucken sich diese
He's
Sequenz
got
jetzt
video for
mehrmals
some
an
reason.
und müssen dann entscheiden, ob ein Vergehen vorlag oder ob keins und ein Treffer dann zählbar wäre.
I'm not 100% sure, but from
Jetzt müssen
Tulen's
beide
hand
Richter
gesture, I think
starten,
maybe
Maske
suggesting
auf und dann erklärt der Kampfrichter, was
contact
los ist.
with the guard.
Okay.
But let's see.
Looks
The referee's
like
reaching for his pocket.
that usually means a card. Once no hit and a red
No
card.
had a red card, so yeah,
Also kein
guard to
Treffer.
mask, I think, in that case, and that's a straight red,
Und damit
which ends the leg. So he did get to 10 hits,
Yeah.
despite my
rechte Seite.
scepticism.
And he hands his colleague over a 5-hit lead, which is quite handsome.
Geht es dann in das
Yeah,
dritte Gefecht.
yeah, very convincing leg from Tristan Tulen, 9-3.
Yeah, guard to mask. It's
Ja, wer kommt
unfortunate,
hier
really.
gegeneinander? Schweiz gegen Niederlande.
I think I don't think it looked deliberate to me.
No, absolutely not. No, but it doesn't have to be.
No, that's true.
That's kind of the point. Any contact, almost regardless of how light it is, of guard to mask is a straight red.
So, die Kampfrichter wechseln jetzt. Jetzt haben wir eine junge Dame, die das Ganze juriert. Und ihr Partner wechselt ans.
And having seen fencers receive a really solid guard to the mask,
Kein
there was not not deliberate at all. I do sympathise completely with that
Yes.
with that ruling.
Yes. I've seen fencers come off the piece before with basically a graze on their chin from a strike with a guard.
So into the third leg,
It looks like
And,
that's Tristan's brother
Rafael Tulen.
and Hadrien FAVRE.
So much more defensive setup from Rafael.
So,
But,
warum bieten die mir Waffen? Diese
Favre
Waffen dürfen über die ganze Länge
calling
nicht
one
mehr
back
als
with the
1
flash
Zentimeter
attack.
gebogen sein.
En garde. Prêt? Allez.
In case anyone out there is wondering as well, yes, we have changed the referees. We do rotate them in and out for team matches.
Yeah, so two referees cover the team matches. I think the order is first referee will go on for one fight, then there'll be a change. Other referee will do legs 2 and 3, and the first one
Yeah.
4 and 5, and yeah, two fights in your stint before you switched out.
En garde. Prêt? Allez.
Oh no, I take that back. Sorry, 2 legs and change. And then your referee switches in for the final single leg at the end.
Oh right. I think I understand what you mean.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have one more go at it. Referee 1 does legs 1 and 2. Referee 2 does 3 and 4.
En garde.
Back to referee 1 for 4 and 5. And, no,
Yeah.
I get it. For
Yeah.
5 and 6, you get it. But you swap the referees around, you have 2 of them covering the whole match.
I'm sure there's an app for that.
I hope so.
Yeah, FAVRE just sort of diving in on it, trying to catch Rafael unawares, but he's ready for it.
Prêt? Allez.
missed timed
Yeah.
from Rafael TULEN.
He just Favre engages the blade and then just releases it as he goes foot first.
Yeah,
Like,
big step, and it's like a training exercise
yeah.
on this uncontrolled preparation launch your attack, and there it is. And Favre fishing for the blade a bit, and
Yeah.
TULEN couldn't quite time it perfectly this time, and results a double.
Yeah, desperate hand out there from Favre, just managing to get out of the double.
Salvage something from it, yeah, but very solid leg from Rafael TULEN. Stretches the lead out just a little further. So while there's a whole load of the match still left, having a 6-hit lead does give Netherlands a degree of control.
It does. And as we were saying earlier as well, you know, mature teams that know what the fences on it can do. They develop good game management. They usually have strategies to maintain leads and to bring them back.
Yeah, it's a sign of a sort of mature and well-developed team that they understand that game situation, the right time to press, the right time to back off, when you can force hits, when you need to be a little bit patient.
Yes.
So that's an easier thing to do when you have the lead.
It's much easier. Van Nuenen there just was trying to clear the blade but didn't quite manage it, and that gave Clement the space just to slip off and then pick him up.
Because although Switzerland came into this leg with a 6-hit deficit, in fact,
Yes.
it's now down to 4. It's understanding the pacing of trying to claw that back.
That's right.
You've got a lot of time, and you don't need to rush it. You can be selective of when you try and go for those hits.
That's right. You know,
Try not to feel that scoreboard pressure.
yeah, the strategically mature sort of teams will tend to rush to reclaim the lead.
Yeah,
And that's a bit of a trap, especially in men's EPEE, where patience really tends to reward it. You know, you do have a lot of time, there are a lot of legs, and sometimes it's just enough just to get 1 or 2 points back every leg, just to eat into the confidence and the deficit that you're facing. So the confidence of your opponents, I should say, and the deficit that you're in. So you see that a lot more mature teams that are just willing to get 1 back every round. Next thing you know, you did have a 4-hit lead. Next thing you know, you're 1 down. How did that happen?
mature teams, settled teams where everybody understands their role and knows what their teammates are capable of. Although it is still possible to make a massive comeback from miles down, as we almost saw with Switzerland against Korea in the semi-final.
Yes, that's true.
It was an 8-hit deficit or something going into the final leg, and Switzerland just about managed to get it back.
A couple more seconds, it would have finished that way, and you know, there was I suspect the pressure got to the anchor of the Korean team at that point.
Who up to that point through the rest of the match had been cool as a cucumber.
Absolutely
It was,
rock solid.
but suddenly loses a few hits and
Yeah, it started to look quite ropey.
more than a hint of panic at the finish. It just about got over the line.
Die ersten Weltcup-Turniere gewonnen.
En garde. Garde. Prêt. Allez.
Very nice. Picks up the blade on as the stop it comes in, just enough just to disrupt the point, and then score straight in the chest.
Prêt. Allez.
And so we're looking at, where we started this particular leg up, and METRAILLER done quite a good job of eating into that deficit.
Again, it's been pretty calm from Van Nuenen.
Yeah.
Has lost the odd hit here and there, and METRAILLER has looked like he might make a dent in it.
Yeah, looks like Van Nuenen's really settled into this now. That was a lovely power post.
Yeah, and in the end,
We'll call it quits.
Van Nuenen stretches lead just a by another hit in that leg.
Yeah. Netherlands making their quota there at 20.
Aber ausgesprochen heißt es nicht nachher Fugera, sondern
It's also possible that some teams have, an unorthodox or an unusual fencer to act as a playmaker that they keep in reserve. But, you've got nothing else to lose. Chuck in your playmaker and see what happens.
There's maybe a hint of that in the Chinese match against France. They threw in.
That was you.
It was you, yeah, who was a much more dynamic, fast-paced fencer.
He immediately picked up the pace.
Yeah.
And
Now it didn't particularly pay off against France, but it was they were a fair few hits down at that point, and looked like they needed something to try and change the direction of travel that the match was going in for them. But yeah, that's an example of the kind of fencer that you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Nice continuation there from Rafael. A sense that he was he'd been parried, but was able just to angle around the blade and finish.
Yeah, stayed calm. Realised that the riposte was going to struggle to get on, and just keep going.
Perhaps he shouldn't have chased that one though. Yeah.
Just a little bit too far out that time.
Yeah. Giving VINEIS the space to do his own counter parry. A little bit impatient there from VINEIS, diving forward without really doing any sort of preparation or providing any cover for himself, I think.
Yeah, I think he was looking for a bit of target to open up, and it absolutely didn't. And
again, Rafael looking really cool as a cucumber there, just calmly riposting off that. I think VINEIS has to be a bit careful that this doesn't really march away from him now.
yeah, it just feel like there's a danger of that. We're kind of halfway through the leg. He's lost a couple of hits in fairly quick succession.
Yeah, I think he's a bit too anxious and pressing a touch too hard. Yeah, it's very he's going in one direction at the moment. Maybe press and release. Oh, very nice. Stand corrected. It's a nice straight direct attack through.
I think he maybe made it a little simpler in terms of being triggered on the distance and going direct there. Yeah. Looking to perhaps overcomplicate things in the previous couple.
Yeah, there was an attempt there for a parry post from Rafael, which didn't, which meant there was another parry post from VINEIS and a remise.
Too slightly flapped at his riposte.
Yeah, yeah. You can sort of see it, and he's like, oh, the head roll. Like, oh,
what about her?
Yeah. It's like celebrating the hit. Well, you know, being in the air is nice.
Yeah, Tulen looks a bit bemused, and he's asked for the video review, but I'm not really seeing anything wrong with that.
No, the remise between the legs is fine. Besides, you know. That's the second time we've seen that this weekend, isn't it? Yeah.
It's
interesting that they're kind of worthy of comment here at an EPEE competition, whereas they're as common as anything at foil.
Well, the difference in EPEE is everything's a target. You jump in the air, you know, they can hit the sole of your foot if they want. You know, it's like you're not really gaining anything, whereas with foil you're moving your target around. It's a little more difficult. It's far more common to see people going around the back of the head or the back of the body in EPEE rather than jumping
So
in the air.
you kind of got inside your opponent's point. But yeah, it's another hit transferring across, perhaps from one of the other weapons, and they can find a way to land it. Why not? So yeah, so hit stands. Another small victory for hits between the legs at EPEE. But nice parry post from Rafael Tulen there to restore a bit of order.
But he did try again. He tried to sort of jump and spin, pick up the point, but you know, Rafael was prepared for it this time around. Oh, very good. Pick up and put the back. Although I think maybe it was one of the remises beforehand that actually scored. Yeah, his pip was just maybe a touch too big there before he finished.
Another good light from the Netherlands to stretch that lead out a bit further still. And yes, we're only 5 legs in, but
6 legs.
Oh, sorry, 6 legs in. We're sorry, 5 legs completed.
Yeah. Yes,
so
okay.
We're going into the 6th leg.
Yes. And there's only 8 points in it.
Yeah, but it's a lead that has stretched pretty steadily over the last 4 legs. And you do get the feeling that Switzerland need to steady the ship. You know, at worst, make sure they come off this leg no worse off than they were going in.
Yeah, so you know, obviously we've got Tristan keeping his point out of line and inviting FAVRE into the centre sort of channel of that. But you know, FAVRE being calm and just keeping his point out as Tulen comes in. Yeah, Tristan's quite happy with that. You know, he's quite. I can see why he's on a bit of a hot streak at the moment. You know, the way that he moves the EPEE around, and you know, he doesn't have to attack. He can sort of get you to come at him, and then he can pick his moment to either go, you know, wrap up your blade and you know, land the octave or up through 6. So it's quite annoying defence that.
So the sort of man of the moment, the man on the hot streak anyway, of Tristan Tulen falls into the sort of category of annoying fencers that you've identified over the course of the weekend. Not necessarily really meant as an insult.
No, annoying in the sense of just very difficult.
Yeah.
You know. And if you're not really on your game, you're going to feel annoyed, frankly, when he just picks you up on some nice hit. Of course, he's left-handed, and this is the best way.
You do regularly assure me that all the best people are left-handed.
Well, we are.
Yeah, I think you betrayed the reason for your bias there. That's one where I'm not allowed to offer my own opinion on a public broadcast.
It's because you're right-handed.
Yeah.
Very patient. See that's what I'm exactly what I'm talking about. You've got this this arm which is sweeping through, closing door, opening a door, and it's changing through 4 and 6 and down into 8. And you've got to understand exactly which quadrant's coming open for you to run your attack through. But in reality, you just stop it. So.
Yeah.
Nice, eventually finishing direct. Favre going for the desperate point check, but I think will be okay.
Der Hauptmann kontrolliert, ob die Anschlüsse alle stimmen. Jetzt drückt auf die Spitze.
And it's sort of frustration in Favre's body language now that he's not able to get a grip on this leg and start trying to claw back that deficit. Instead, Netherlands are disappearing into the distance. The lead in double figures now.
Yeah, he caught the timing better on that one. Spotting that the blade was going to be released, and that allowed him to finish. Yeah, nice simple attack from Tristan on the stop hit from his opponent just to finish off.
Yeah, take the double.
That's it.
Increase your team's lead by another hit.
Yeah.
So, wie hat sich die Schweiz hier die Bronzemedaille geschlagen? Sie hat im Hauptlauf im Halbfinale gegen Korea mit einem Treffer verloren, nämlich mit 40:41. Und deswegen stehen sie hier. Die Niederlande hat im Halbfinale gegen Frankreich 35:45 verloren. Bei beidem fechten dann wir jetzt die Bronzemedaille. So, noch eine Besonderheit, der Blick nach rechts. Die Niederländer sind nämlich die Mannschaft, die keinen Trainer haben.
You can't see it on screen, but Tristan Tulen coming over to speak to the referee, and I think now, I'm sure he's asking about whether he's making a substitution.
So, jetzt gibt es eine Beschwerde.
I'm not sure exactly what he's leaving. Maybe he's saying he's going to the toilet.
Und das gibt mir die Möglichkeit, ihm ein bisschen was zu erklären. Also beide haben die Niederlage im Halbfinale gehabt. Im Finale sehen wir dann nachher Korea gegen Frankreich. So, wenn die keinen Trainer haben in der Box, 6 Personen sind erlaubt. Die Schweiz hat ihre 2 Begleiter, die dann coachen dürfen. So, was heißt die Box? Diese Box darf während des Kampfes nie verlassen werden. Wenn sie verlassen wird,
some discussion going on between the referees at the moment, so
eine gelbe Karte.
we're just having a bit of
Das
a
ist von daher
break.
besonders, heißt, jeder Fechter, der dann auf die Bahn geht, ist schon mit einer gelben Verwarnungskarte vorbelastet. Und das ist
coach is
natürlich
rightly
sehr
asking what's going
gefährlich.
on.
Deswegen muss die Box da vorsichtig agieren und dann sehen wir weiter.
Now, it may be that the whole announcer was offering an explanation there, which my German is too poor to understand.
I suspect Tristan's gone to the toilet. You're just seeing me back in a minute.
Yes, I'm not running away. I know I've left my team box, but I promise I'll be right back. So back to the action. and Rafael TULEN absorbing the pressure, eating into the clock, and eventually Metraille has to go for it, and TULEN takes the double.
Yeah, I didn't feel like Metraille was putting enough effort into, establishing time for his hand to go first. Getting some in a dangerous position.
Yeah, it felt like that as long as Rafael TULEN stayed calm, it was an easy double.
Yeah, exactly. Not enough sort of aggression there on the disengaging attack there from Metraille. Again, as you say, completely Rafael to understand it gets hand in plenty of time.
Yes, that's a big point. Not being able to take me, to beat them to or express it under a high response when Rafael TULEN goes for his own attack.
That extension I had. Obviously, I might not try that one as best or down a little bit, but
yeah, good fighting. That was JJ who did the huge comeback that always came off against so he's got the tools to do it.
I think Stig has got those points in this match. In fact, I think this is a different thing. This is a different thing. One much calmer in some sort of defensive position. Yeah, I could be huge match there. You really don't think I don't think that would work, but he has a long reach. He's using the French grip and that movement of his feet as well, just enough to keep TULEN off the score.
Wrestlers different. The wrestlers they get how much more can really press having to see Cameron forgetting about that deficit. More than a couple of hits than he has there already.
Well, he's going to score one, Rafael's going to score one anyway, so the main danger is that it's a clean line. That already in the
double finishes off, so a bit of progress made by the Swiss in that leg, but still a big gap.
7 points.
So, was sehen wir? Wir haben einen deutlichen Rückstand, 7 Treffer, aber da ist nichts passiert. Sie haben gesehen, das kann sehr schnell gehen. 3 Minuten sind sehr viele Treffer möglich. Und da kann man erst wirklich so im Verlauf der 9. Paarung dann wirklich sagen, wie es denn aussieht. Wir gehen also jetzt an das Ende. Nein, wir haben die 8.
Yeah, as well. Apparently, just pushing Brendan back a little bit. Constantly has some set his defence. Just wait for the moment where it's a crack opens for him to should be had by Street at the right time.
What's happening in this I think that's the Swiss people have a coach there. That's what's all the Tristan and Swiss teams.
Ja, sowas kann passieren, wenn die Linie sich durch diesen Zusammenprall in die verkehrte Richtung biegt. Die sind alle etwas vorgebogen und biegt sich dann automatisch. In die verkehrte Richtung kann da schon mal ein blauer Fleck geben oder so. Sein.
Yes, yeah, we'll just need to say no. That's why.
Yeah, it's unusual. To this level, it's quite unusual to see that.
Organe. Prêt, allez.
No, sorry, the Netherlands we have the first fencers in the
I was like, why the game from even going, oh yes, that must be the Swiss. Yeah, the Netherlands.
Yeah, we have a fencer that will be in the ball. Yeah, you're right, it's quite unusual at this level.
I'm sure Tristan was in an interview at one point that he was having out coached him. I don't know if that would mean that Rafael is actually a coach in general, which he's too young to thought about that. I don't know, I'm quite a bit thinking. That's very good. I'm just pushing a little bit too hard. He's been doing that a lot, and then picking up with it.
Diese Waffe ist natürlich jetzt Schrott. Das müsste der Kampfrichter überwachen, sondern sie müsste den Degen reichen. Ich kann das locker. Es wird nachher kritisch angesprochen.
Yeah, we can get by all the ones in this way. So we can keep that just fine.
There's no sign of panic from the ones like that either. It's not like he doesn't trust the HEIDENHEIM member. It's been right about, so it's quite happy. Maybe just a little bit too much there, but
Das ist jetzt nochmal
so far it's still a left time left and let it go. So far it looks
a little bit more active in the defense, so trying to keep Rafael dominion momentum, and that's not possible hit there. That large lead is not really. So at this point, I think people either get one back or just leave it.
Allez.
Expensive way to go. Last not.
Kept pushing and I didn't get to the right level of here.
Gut, was kann man sagen für das
And
nächste
switch that
Spiel?
lead back to back 5 again. So
Die Niederlande hat Zeit.
it's been progress there, but I find it's also a healthy advantage to take into the last leg. So it's a Netherlands and
Also er hat den
Tristan
Sommer seines
Tristan
Lebens. Fugera, das
so
Weltcup-Turnier,
finish. I find that it has one target score
gestern
for careful leg.
dritter Platz. Also keiner ist
Means it gives us
so erfolgreicher als er.
less leeway.
Yeah.
Double hits. Even my five hit lead and the score was
Ist natürlich jetzt ein Bonus für die Schweiz.
you can find if you're at a disadvantage with a few doubles. But as we have a couple of doubles here, we have the next session is what's the time there. Someone would actually try to the actual to the score of 4 or 5.
You get to that sort of critical point moment in the match much faster than and there's a bigger man from the 16. He's going to have to find a way to do distance, you know, really difficult because
Noisy.
it's sort of noisy. I think it works.
That's a good description of that kind of subtle changes in distance, jumping in and out, taking back, forward. It's nice to attack with full send, double hinting and keeps the lead, gets close to the field.
Again, at this point in the match, I know this is all good stuff because I was, you know, again, if you're looking at it as my worst option as a level, then that's absolutely fine. You just want to score at 45 inch. Oh, very nice. He caught him against absolutely flat-footed. You know, yeah. Just spotted the pit, which is a little too keen. That's right,
If you're gambling there, fast direct attack in the weeks east would be worth having a go at to take it on 43, but didn't pay off.
On guard. 3, 1.
Thanks. He's closing the back, he's closing the second channel so that you can come out on the right side. Good.
On guard. 3, 1.
Let's see what was the next got left to try.
Enough for me to make sure that Vineiss doesn't have any confidence in his attack, which is what he needs right now. He needs to trust his attack.
On guard. 3, 1.
He just like have a look at he was asking the same question that I was what could be something different happen here.
What do you have to look for, Sean?
Well, not someone that's going to fall back a 6-8 deficit against Tristan too, I'm not really sure.
Oh, that's not true. Massive passing, finishing it as well. Very good.
Yeah, definitely. Which to that time on the last leg. Fish, but one line back line between two of them, he really had landed from there.
Yeah.
Really good win for the Netherlands.
It's really good watching him slowing all that down in his mind a little bit, so that he has no attacking into these attacks. He must have that moment. But he really did well for it. He was like, all is between Sweden's and St. Hens, so when you're less in this sort of situation, it's quite difficult.